Hi Sagittarius, here is your weekly reading beginning Monday 15th through to Sunday the 21st of May. Now, the overall energy we've got the Ten of Wands here. So some of you may very well be carrying a burden at the moment. You just may in general be feeling overworked, okay? Maybe you have too much to do, too many responsibilities. The fact it is a 10, it does talk about how this feeling is going to come to an end. And the fact it is a 10, it says that this burden may have been with you for some time now. But if you look closely, this man is almost at his home. He hasn't got that far to go. And then he's going to be in a position where he's going to be able to drop that burden and let it go. Now, what's crossing that is another 10, okay? We've got the 10 of Cups. This does talk about emotional contentment, happiness. Yes, it can talk about a family unit within a marriage. But it doesn't have to. It can talk about your relationships and your family unit in general. I don't know why, I just feel for some of you, we're talking about a situation that this is what you're working towards. And it may just be something simple. And I don't mean it simple as in a silly way, but it might be something simple in terms that you may have been saving very hard, working very hard towards maybe getting married. And it has been a burden. For some of you, this could be talking about how you may be carrying a burden within this situation within your life. Now, down here, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. This is Earth energy, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. It's not gender specific in these readings, and it doesn't even have to talk about another person. It could be you. This queen, when she's in this upright position, so she's very much looking for security. She's looking to put roots down. So it may very well be for some of you that you are working hard or have been carrying a burden in terms of wanting security, wanting to put roots down, wanting commitment, wanting that 10 of Cups kind of relationship there that brings you this contentment. The Queen as well, I have to say, can be somebody that is very focused on her finances. So again, there could be financial situation here. Like I said, some of you may be planning this wedding or planning to buy a home, planning to put roots down somewhere, buying a home with somebody else. And it may have been a burden. It may have been like you've been carrying a heavy load, trying to get the finances. In the very recent past, we do have the Sun card. Now, this is the most positive card in the tarot, regardless of whether it's upright or reversed. In its reverse position, you may feel or have felt recently that there's this cloud hanging over you, because that's what it tends to talk more about. Yes, for some of you, it may be that you have been feeling under the weather. if you've been carrying this impossible heavy burden, it may have drained you physically and mentally. But also, this cloud, it's like that beautiful sunny day, and a cloud comes along and blocks the sun. But you know eventually the cloud's going to move away and the sun's going to come back out again. And that's why this card, even in the reverse, is still positive, because this is not a permanent situation. It's either talking about how this burden may have affected your health, or it's talking about this cloud hanging over you in terms of what it is you're trying to get. Sorry, I needed to pause just briefly there as I got disturbed. So, as I said, it's still a positive energy, this card, okay? Now, up here, we have got possibly another person here. We've got the Queen of Swords, air energy, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. But again, it could be your own energy. The message with the Queen of Swords, when she's in this reverse position, if it is somebody else, or indeed even if it is you, this Queen can be quite cold-hearted. She can be extremely cutting and sarcastic with her words. She can also be a bit of a know-it-all, that it's her way or the highway, or that she knows best. She can be very manipulative. And she can be very ruthless with her decision making. If that's not describing how you're behaving at the moment, or somebody in your environment, then it can also speak about the need to refocus your goals and your direction. And maybe that's why this burden is here. Maybe you've been focusing too much on the material aspects of life and not focusing enough on the emotional fulfillment. The outcome is the Hierophant. The Hierophant can talk about marriage. So for some of you, I still do think this is talking about a marriage or the planning of a marriage. I don't know why, something's just come into my head as well, that maybe some of you are having second thoughts about this marriage. That may not be a message for any of you, it may be for one person, but that did come into my mind. As well as marriage, the Hierophant can talk about the unlocking of the truth to something. It is a major arcana and it is number 5, okay? And sorry, but you all know now as well, but obviously the Sun card is a major arcana as well. I did forget to mention that. So you do have 2 important messages here. The Hierophant also talks about tradition. Doing things in a traditional way. In the conventional way. As I said, for some reason, I felt that maybe somebody is getting married. But maybe this week, somebody, or maybe just recently, somebody has started to have second thoughts about this. Or like I said, for some of you, you may very well be planning a wedding or be planning to buy a home. And it has been a hard slog to get there. And it has created this heavy weight on your shoulders. But if that's the case, you need to know that you're almost there. You're almost home and dry with that 10. Yes, there's been a cloud hanging over some of you here. Maybe, although I don't have any other cards to suggest this, but the fact that we do have 2 queens here, 2 people, maybe for some of you, we are talking about a situation whereby maybe you are married, but maybe for some of you there has been a third party. And that has been creating this heavy burden. It's going to be different for all of you, okay? But I do think that for the majority of you, marriage is linked into this situation here. For some of you as well, this heavy burden that you are almost at the end of is going to then bring this 10 of Cups. Is going to bring this emotional fulfillment into your life in some form or another. Okay, Sagittarius, that does bring this reading to a close. I will, of course, be back again next week, and I'm hoping in the next few days to start the career readings. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye.